Well, it's 2014 and we saw a terrible movie yesterday, didn't we? But I'm going to talk about all the movies that I have something to talk about in 2014. Not just my top 10 most anticipated, but I'm also going to talk about movies that I think look terrible or just something I have to talk about with the movie. I'm gonna say it, and here we go. Nothing looks good this month, pretty much, but I Frankenstein, they show that trailer with every single movie that is coming out at all ever, and it annoys the hell out of me, because that movie does not look good. I like Aaron Eckhart, but that movie looks like shit, and I'm so sick of seeing this trailer. Oh my god, I can't wait till it comes out so I don't have to see it anymore. February 7th, we have the Lego Movie, and I think that it can be a good animated movie. I think people are getting too overhyped about it on the internet because of how, oh look, it's Legos and it's childhood and nostalgia and things like that. The movie looks alright, but you know how it's gonna end. Yeah, they have some superheroes in there and that'll be cool, but right now I'm just like, okay, I'll see the movie, but I'm not overly hyped for it. And also that day, The Monuments Men comes out, and I can't wait to see that movie. I've been waiting for it ever since I saw the first trailer. I think it looks great. It has a great cast. And I like the story of it. I want to see how this story plays out on screen. February 12th, RoboCop comes out, and ooh, man, that looks awful. RoboCop should not have been remade, nor should it be PG-13, nor should RoboCop be wearing a Dark Knight outfit, nor should RoboCop have been remade. Just why? February 28th has a couple movies. Non-Stop is coming out with Liam Neeson. I like Liam Neeson as an action star. I hated Taken 2, but I think this could be a fun movie. It has a decent concept, and even though the trailer showed way too much, I feel like it could still be a fun action movie. And also, that movie Welcome to Yesterday comes out, which is basically Chronicle with time travel. Look, I get that they're trying to cash in on found footage, and Michael Bay is producing it, but whatever. Just the movie, it looks like Chronicle with time travel, and the concept of it seems like that, but if they had separated themselves in some way from it to show that, but they didn't. It's just like, oh no, we did this and now we're having fun, and oh no, now something's going wrong and we have to go back and try and stop what we did. And it's like, oh, okay, cool, I don't care. March 7th, we have 300 Rise of an Empire. I wouldn't say I'm excited for it. I think it could be a decent action movie. I should probably rewatch 300 before this one comes out. Also that day is the Grand Budapest Hotel, and I've never seen a Wes Anderson movie. I'm guilty of that, but I think this movie looks really funny. I saw the trailer before American Hustle, so I think it looks funny, it could be interesting. March 21st is the next Hunger Games Try Let's Do This Again movie coming out, and that's Divergent. And I was interested in the movie because Shailene Woodley's in it, and I think she's a great actress, but this movie looks really bad. And I mean, it's not that the concept is inherently bad with the way it's going on, it's just another like teen book series thing that's going on, and that's fine. I could have gotten on board with it, but this movie just looks really bad. It looks overacted, to be honest. Like Kate Winslet in the trailer, she just seems like she's trying a bit too hard. It just looks bleh. I have no way to describe it. It doesn't look stupid per se, it doesn't look boring per se, but it just looks like bleh. March 28th has two movies coming out I want to talk about. One of them is Noah, and that movie, I will have an early review for it. Let's just say that. I may or may not have already seen something that pertains to Noah, so let's just leave it at that. I can't wait to see how people react to that movie. That's the thing I'm looking forward to most about that movie. And A Haunted House 2 is coming out. I don't have a gun, but this is as close as I can get. April 4th, Captain America: The Winter Soldier comes out, and this is my most anticipated movie of the year. I didn't really think about like my top 10 overall, but thinking about it, that's my most anticipated superhero movie, and that's generally those are generally the movies I look forward to the most in the coming year. It's definitely up there. It's probably like top 2 or 3 at worst. And this movie I just think looks great. I can't wait for the next trailer. I want to see more of Captain America, and especially in this real world, not real world, but 21st century world. And I want to see him clash with S.H.I.E.L.D., because that's what it looks like the trailer was hinting at when he was talking to Nick Fury, and they were clashing in what they believed. I want to see, like, Captain America maybe break away from S.H.I.E.L.D. by the end of the movie. I really want to see it in The Winter Soldier. He looks badass. I can't wait for this movie. May 2nd is The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm mixed on this. The trailer is something that really pushed my hype down, and I'm gonna see the movie, but as of right now, I'm not very hyped for it because I wanted to see Spider-Man versus Electro, not Spider-Man versus the entire world, which is what this movie seems like it's going for, and I just don't want to see that. May 16th is Godzilla, and I'm looking forward to it. The trailer was cool. Still not a huge fan of giant monster movies, but I think this movie could be really cool if it focused more on the human element of the story and how a giant monster would actually affect people rather than just showing Godzilla stomping around cities, destroying everything. You definitely need things like that in the movie, but I just hope there's a good balance of that between the action and the human element. May 23rd is X-Men Days of Future Past, and originally when the first trailer came out, I was super pumped up for the movie. As I've started to hear things about it, my hype has gone down a bit. I'm still very excited for the movie, but as of right now, I have a sinking feeling, and it just gets worse and worse every day, that this movie is just gonna be a giant clusterfuck. I don't want it to be that. I want them to get back to the greatness that was, like, the first two X-Men movies, like, especially since Bryan Singer's directing. He hasn't really done anything great since X-Men 2, so I hope that he can pull another one out and do well with this movie, but as of right now, I'm losing hype for it. May 30th is Seth MacFarlane's next movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West, and I love Seth MacFarlane. I think he's hilarious. I love Family Guy, I love American Dad, I loved Ted, so I really can't wait to see this movie. It has a great cast. There's so many people in that movie, I'm not even gonna try and name it, but just look it up and you'll see. It's a Western and Seth MacFarlane's making it. I can't wait for it. I hope it's gonna be hilarious. June 6th has Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, and when I first heard about the movie, I thought, alright, this concept is really cool. The trailer, it looks okay, but I don't care about it now, because you're watching the trailer and then they have these suits on, and the suits look clunky as shit. I mean, the Elysium suits looked, like, just for a comparison here, the Elysium suits looked awesome, they were sleek, they fit on the body well, they made it fluid. These ones, it's just like, and it's like, come on. And I don't know about this concept, you know, going back and repeating the same stuff over and over again, because Source Code did that a few years ago, and I know people love Source Code, but for me, that movie is overrated and it has a really bad ending, so I don't know. We'll see how this movie turns out. It could be good. I like Tom Cruise and I think Emily Blunt looks great in the movie, but as of right now, I'm like, yeah, whatever about this movie. June 13th, we have 22 Jump Street. I love 21 Jump Street. I'm really looking forward to this movie, even though the trailer wasn't as good as it probably could have been. I hope they're saving a lot of the good jokes for in the movie itself, like they did with 21 Jump Street. June 20th, we have The Purge 2. It's like, I can look at this list. I can tell what movies are gonna be on if I ever made a worst list, what they would be if I made a 2014 worst list. Why? Who? You made money off of this. You're not gonna make money this time, because people, I hope they've smartened up. They haven't, but I hope that this movie flops. July 11th, you have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I cannot wait for this movie. Rise was awesome, and this movie just seems like it's taking it to another level, having the apes and humans actually, like, fighting an all-out war. I think that's what we're going for here, at least. I know I heard about, like, there's gonna be some, like, fragile peace between the humans and apes, but that's not gonna last. July 18th, Jupiter Ascending is coming out, and that's directed by the Wachowskis, and it has Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis in it. I watched the trailer. I watched it more than once, because I couldn't really understand what I was watching. Like, I get the concept of the movie and what it's about, but it looks like shit. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. Channing Tatum has this accent at the beginning of the trailer, and then it's gone halfway through, and he has these weird ears going on, and Mila Kunis looks completely miscast in this role. Some of the CGI looks great. I mean, visually it looks very well done, but that doesn't make up for the movie looking like shit. August 1st is Guardians of the Galaxy, and this is Marvel's last movie before Avengers Age of Ultron, and I've started reading the Guardians of the Galaxy line that this is going to be based off of, and it's fantastic, so my hype has really risen for this movie in the past few weeks. The cast in this movie seems like they did it really well, like casting all the characters in the movie. I feel like this movie is going to surprise a lot of people, because I can see why, like, the general public wouldn't be turned on to this idea, because there's a talking raccoon and a tree and there's a bunch of these green people and it looks weird. It's a weird movie and the comics are weird too, but if people give this a chance, I think that it's going to pay off for Marvel, this risk that they're taking. October 3rd is David Fincher's next movie, Gone Girl, starring Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck, I don't know who else is in the movie right now, I'm sorry, but I loved me some David Fincher, so I can't wait for this movie. I know almost nothing about the movie besides the fact that Ben Affleck is starring and David Fincher is directing, but that's all I need to be excited for this movie, so I can't wait to see that. November 7th is Interstellar, Nolan's next movie. I'm sure everybody knows about it. The trailer looked interesting. Matthew McConaughey is on a roll lately, so I can't wait to see him in this movie. And that movie has a really big cast too. That's definitely gonna be one of the biggest movies of 2014, I can already tell. And I know there's like some time travel elements and that's it, and we go into space, and again, that's all I really need to know. I mean, I'm excited for the movie. I don't need a large amount of trailers. I might even avoid the trailers just so I can go in blind. November 21st is Mockingjay Part 1, the next Hunger Games movie, and I'm excited for it. But after Catching Fire, I loved Catching Fire, and I think they portrayed the book really well on screen, but as of right now, I still don't like the fact that they split up Mockingjay into two parts. It was not necessary, and I don't understand where the clear cutting point in Mockingjay is. I've tried to figure it out. I still don't get it, so unless they make each movie like an hour and a half each, which I doubt they're gonna do, I mean, they're probably gonna make it like 2.5 hours like the other ones. I just don't feel like that was necessary. I'm still excited because I love the books, but I don't feel like this needed to be two movies. December 12th is Ridley Scott's Exodus, and that stars Christian Bale. And Ridley Scott, as of late, hasn't done the best work. I liked Prometheus, but Robin Hood was not a very good movie, so I'm excited for the movie. Anything Christian Bale does, I'll watch, because I think Christian Bale is really great at picking roles and picking the right scripts. So I trust him with this, so I'm excited for the movie. And December 17th of this year, we have Hobbit, there and back again, the final one, and like Mockingjay, I just feel like after seeing Desolation of Smaug, I feel like this could have been just like 2 parts. I know a lot of people think that it should have just been 1, but I think 2 parts could have worked, and then we wouldn't have had a shitty cliffhanger with Desolation of Smaug. Nevertheless, I'm excited. I kind of know certain things that are going to happen now, because, you know, I was eager to look things up, and that was stupid of me. But I'm still excited for the movie. I'm gonna see it probably on the giant IMAX screen. So those are all the movies in 2014 I really had something to say about. What are you guys looking forward to in 2014? You don't have to name like 25 movies like I did. Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there. Because if you don't, every single movie in 2014 is going to be as great as Paranormal Activity: The Marked Ones.